Okay, I am gonna say one thing. Hi, David. We've never actually said hi to David when we've recorded.
David.
Hello,
David.
We can treat David like Tarantino treated Sally.
Yeah, why not? Yeah. David does so much good work. Like he does a really good job of like building the like sound space and.
Great. Now he's gonna put this in an episode.
And I know about. If you want to know more about Sally Minka, you can listen to the Forgotten Women of Genre podcast from Sci-Fi Fangirls, written by Riley Silverman.
Nice. I love that podcast. So yeah.
Download that for the way home.
Yeah, it's a great podcast.
So how's everyone feeling about rolling dice and pretending to be time travelers?
I love it.
I don't really pretend to be a time traveler. I am a time traveler.
Yeah.
Sure.
I dig it.
Yeah,
What?
it's how it goes. All right. Are we going to do this?
Yeah, let's do the thing.
All right, good.
Previously.
Yeah, we're going to play through all of the previous campaigns again, and then we're going to start the
Whoops.
Campaign remastered.
Doing a live clip show.
live clip show. Oh man, that would be
Oh,
fun.
that sounds miserable.
Every Beatles song is playing.
So the TARDIS is spinning on through the vortex. The randomizer is randomizing, heading towards destinations unknown. Where we left off last time, Millie has newly acquired a Game Boy, and my big question, Travis, is how many seconds did you wait before you got Millie set up in either like a flight simulator or Pokemon or what? What's going on there?
I think the only game that she had was Pokemon, so about 4 seconds?
4 seconds?
Yeah.
Cool.
So are we... Are
You act like I don't have a full library of Game Boy games on the TARDIS from the 90s.
But what is the one that he wants to play with somebody else?
Yes.
I also prefer not to
Tennis.
bootleg and ROM, you know.
I didn't say it. My ship was crashed in the 90s.
Oh, that's true.
I put Game Boy games on there.
No, it's fair.
So yeah, so...
No, starter Pokemon, though, for those wondering at home, was Bulbasaur. It's
good
fine.
choice. It's a solid...
Didn't we say you had yellow, though?
Oh, then it's
Yeah.
Pika?
It is. You're
Yeah.
stuck with Pikachu.
I have a
Yeah.
Pikachu.
I heard he's a detective.
So Millie and Travis are, I guess, playing Pokemon together.
Well, it depends. Is Millie enjoying it?
How do I roll to enjoy?
Okay, so you're going to do... it's going to be... Presents? And...
Technology?
Yeah, probably technology.
Okay. Well, we're starting off with a 6, like a nice solid.
We can also have this to kind of see how well
I also
you're
feel like
grasping.
enjoying something is a choice you can make as a character.
But also, it's like you getting to grips with a piece of technology that's like...
Yeah, am I frustrated by the gameplay
Oh,
of
fair enough.
it?
Yeah. Like trying to get my mom to play Grand Theft Auto 3 was a chore.
So 14
14
to enjoy.
to enjoy. I'd say you're enjoying it.
That's a yes, but.
Are you
No.
comprehending it? It's a catastrophic failure. No,
No!
yeah, I'd say that you've probably...
Your
I
Game
mean,
Boy has a line down the middle of the screen.
No!
there's only 6 buttons on this thing, like 8 if you include the select and the start. So
Yeah.
you've probably taken to this it's less complicated than a cockpit. You've probably taken. To
I have
it
a
quite
very
quickly.
important question. Is this
Yeah.
in color? Because I actually don't know Pokemon well enough to know if yellow was in color.
Yellow was in color, but you have was it a Game Boy Pocket or a Game Boy Color?
I think we said it's a pocket, so
it's a pocket, so it's still in the monochrome.
Okay,
yeah.
good. So she's not totally freaked out.
Yeah.
I love that would be this last straw for Millie.
Yeah, it's just like, what is this?
A color screen. Coming from an era where there weren't TVs yet.
Oh, yeah.
To being like, oh, I believe in screens, but they better be in black and white.
We just
Oh, you
left a
bet.
market that was made of meat, but
Yeah.
color screen.
Whatever.
Oh, my.
The last movie I saw involved a train heading at me.
Did we
It
make
was
any sort of meat market
terrifying.
joke the whole time?
Probably.
I hope we made a meat market joke.
I can't remember.
Make a meat cube joke.
Did we play Pony by Genuine at any point during the meat market?
No, that would have cost money.
No, but we did call it the swap meet.
Okay.
We did call it the swap meet. We kept it very...
Well, we called it a
PC.
swap meet when we replaced parts of the market with other parts of the market.
Correct.
Yeah.
Deal.
I can't believe you spent all those story points just rearranging the bazaar for
Look,
a
you're
joke.
gonna give me 8 points. I'm gonna use them.
Worth it.
So,
All right.
Millie and Travis are playing Pokemon and having a successful roll of a good time.
Neat.
Doctor, you've had a lot to think about because you had an encounter with the Time Lords in our last encounter. Roman kind of laid the cards on the table for you a little bit. Where are you kind of mentally at the moment? Where's your head at?
I think I'm having a very typical Doctor staring into the middle distance kind of moment, where I'm like looking at the monitors of a TARDIS and kind of in my own head a little bit, and I'm trying to figure out how I can maybe get my own memories back, and so I can figure out what's happening. And I'm also scanning the vortex to see if I have any indication of a Time Lord vessel, or like if they've managed to track me, or if I've heard anything from Roman. And I'm like looking for psychic paper or anything like that too. Looking at psychic paper, seeing if I can get messages. So kind of just being all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. The psychic paper is blank at the moment. There's nothing incoming. Yeah, you're not getting any indication that there are any other time vessels or TARDISes in the vortex. You're not being tailed right now. So, whatever happened when you left the bazaar and left Roman with Maxil,
who I believe is dead at this point. So,
yes.
Yeah. Although I don't know what my race does, but yeah.
That's kind of. It seems for the moment, at least, that that is behind you.
Okay.
But
it's always there somewhere.
There's a slew of unanswered questions.
Yeah. So I think I'm a little bit more on edge than I might normally have been. Like, I think that my freewheeling, running around, climbing trees, dancing, skipping Doctor that I've been playing is a little bit... She's there, but I'm a little worried. And I don't know if my compatriots notice it because they're too busy playing a children's game with buttons.
I was about to ask, despite the fact that I'm very excited to have someone to play with, would I notice that the Doctor is a little out of sorts?
That's a great question. Let's have you do a presence and... let's make it presence and awareness.
Cool. 7 to begin with.
I feel there should be like a penalty too because they are playing...
Yeah, you are distracted, so I'm going to give you a -2.
Well, I only got a 12 anyway, so...
Yeah.
It wasn't a great roll to begin with.
That is... Yeah. So that's 10... Yeah, I'm going to say that's a fail.
Oh, although I do have keen senses, but that's fine.
I'm picturing this so perfectly in my mind as an episode. Like, I can see I can see like them going into the vortex.
Yeah.
Travis and Millie, like Travis is showing Millie how to use the Game Boy, and like they're kind of having it, and then the camera like pans over to the TARDIS, and the Doctor kind of takes a deep breath and kind of like swings one of those monitors around and like pushes it away, kind of frustrated, and maybe like gives a real quick pet to Gunther.
Yeah. The time rotor, you can hear the volume of the time rotor kind of building a little bit, and then you hear that telltale ka-chunk of the engine coming to a stop, indicating that you've landed.
Okay.
Okay, Millie, this is how you save.
Okay.
Right, so I swing that monitor back, and I kind of look at it, and I kind of scan to see where we are.
Yeah. Maybe the randomizer is working in your favor today. Maybe the TARDIS has picked up on your mood and has tried to influence the randomizer as much as she can. But the view you're getting on the screen right now is that of a very, very beautiful beach. It is the sand is stretching off across the horizon stretching off across in both directions. There's a wonderful, gorgeous blue ocean kind of stretching off into the horizon. The sky is clear and blue. It is beautiful out there.
Oh, I finally made it to Rio. Sorry.
No, this is Blackpool.
Oh. Oh.
I'm sorry. That was really good. Oh.
No, there's too much colour for it to be Blackpool.
Is there anyone singing?
There's no singing. Either the
it's not
saturation
Blackpool.
on the TV is too high, or it's actually really, really nice.
Okay.
out there.
All right. So I do like a scan to see if I can get like a location lock.
Okay. I'm actually going to have you do we're going to make this awareness and transport, and then you have to feel the turn of the universe, so we're going to give you a +2 for that.
Okay. Neat. All right then. Okay, so I have a 15.
15's good. This is let me bring up my information. You are in Hawaii specifically.
Oh.
Yes, specifically you are in you're on the beach in Kauai, which is in the kind of one of the northern islands of Hawaii. I'm sure I'm mispronouncing the island name, but you know what?
I think you're right.
Having a solid
Kauai,
go of it.
yeah.
Yeah. It's
not unlike a thing that a white kid trying to act like they're really in the anime would.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Yeah. But yeah, it is a gorgeous day. Your Feel the Turn of the Universe, I'm going to give you a little bit more information. It is 2018.
Okay.
It is a gorgeous day outside. It's like the temperature is about maybe 80, which is about 26, 27 Celsius, because we do have listeners in the UK. And it's just a really nice spot to be. There's no marauding killing robots on the horizon. There are no weird aliens in view. It just looks like a nice spot to kind of stop and just take a break.
Okay. Thank goodness. All right, kids.
That's appropriate. You know what? That checks out. I'll respond to that.
You know what? Beach day. Everyone, go to your rooms, get some swimsuits, do whatever.
Yay!
We're going swimming.
All right.
Deal.
All right. So you guys rush out of the TARDIS. You fall into a big hole and you die. No. It is.
We didn't even say yes when you asked me to rush out of the TARDIS. The actual statement was go to your rooms and get swimsuits. So
Yeah.
no, we didn't rush out of the TARDIS.
Railroading. Let me railroad.
No,
Riley.
I think it is very important
Okay.
for everyone
Yeah,
to know
so-
that I found
yeah.
a 1940s black and white striped giant swimsuit.
That is. I was really hoping that was where you were going towards, and I'm very, very happy.
I mean, that's what Millie would think of as swimsuit.
yeah. Travis, what did you find, swimsuit wise?
Slightly too long board shorts.
Dig it.
And a t-shirt that will most likely stay on.
Okay. Now,
And I'm looking frantically for sunscreen because Travis knows that even on an overcast day, he's gonna get burned.
I'm gonna do a little roll. You find some Factor X sunscreen in one of the drawers.
What?
I don't know.
It's got a bunch of circular Gallifreyan symbols on it that you don't recognize,
Oh, that's suspicious.
but it certainly looks like sunscreen.
The doctor just puts on sunglasses and like a frilly like sun hat.
Nice.
It doesn't change out of her clothes or anything.
That's perfect.
Big ol' hat day. Deal.
Any inflatables? Any beach towels?
Yeah, she has an inflatable dinosaur because
Yes.
it's kawaii, and she also starts humming a John Williams theme song that she doesn't have the legally rights to do. So
Nice.
lead her to mind that.
If Millie finds out that there are inflatable creatures, then she's gonna go grab one as well because that's just tops. So
What is Millie gonna look for?
I mean, whatever the first one is. So I guess dealer's choice, Doctor, on what other inflatable creatures you have back there.
Oh, okay. I think that there is definitely one of those rainbow unicorns that has like the very light, yeah, that's definitely back there. Like it's like a donut and it has
Strong
purple.
contender,
Yeah, and then there's
yeah.
also there's one that's not a creature, but it's like a giant donut that has like a little bit of bite taken out of it. And then there's also a pizza slice and there's one that is not like shaped like anything, but it's the kind of like when you get into it, like it sinks into the water a little bit, so the water like you're sitting in cool water, but you're still being kept afloat.
I think that Millie would probably go for the pizza because it's one that she can ride like a spaceship, and so she's going to do that.
Amelia Earhart riding a pizza. In
Yes.
Hawaii.
Are there any inflatable, like, non-Earth aliens?
Yeah, unicorns.
Oh,
They're from space.
okay.
Yeah.
Touche, Doctor. I apologize.
Hence the term space unicorn.
I have a question. I wrote
You
down.
know what though? Yes, there's actually an inflatable. There's an adipose, like it's a big, but it's like it like lays on its back, and you like ride on
really
its belly.
adorable.
Yeah.
Love it.
I'm going to grab my newly acquired Super Soaker because what better place than the beach to have a Super Soaker?
Okay, well, don't shoot anybody who doesn't ask for it. That's just be cool with it.
Okay. I mean, there's playful shooting. It's not gonna hurt anyone unless there's like a wicked witch or something.
Wow, roll to convince.
Sure, I will.
Sorry.
Travis,
I am not
if you
the
can't be
DM.
appropriate with your gun, I will take it away from you.
Yes, Doctor.
So are you guys all ready in your, resplendent in your black jeweled battle shorts, ready to head out to the beach?
Neat.
Yeah.
The beach of Kauai, in Hawaii. Off you go. You depart the TARDIS again. Fall in a hole and die.
I check for pits before I open the door.
Yes, there's a giant gaping pit with razor sharp spikes.
Okay, I go back and turn the TARDIS around so the door is facing the other direction.
Okay, you're fine. Yeah, it's all good. There are separate rules for TARDIS operation. Let me reach over to my other source book. So I'm going to need you to roll a D23.
Okay.
So,
So you need me to go to a convention celebrating Disney. Got
yes.
it. And
yes. So yeah, you guys emerge onto the beach. The sand is it's warm under your feet in the way that hot sand frequently is. The air is clear, and you can kind of smell like kind of oceany kind of air. The sky is a beautiful blue. I don't think the sky has ever been this clear before for any of you in your entire lives. It's just a nice beach. It's a lovely beach. It's a lovely day. We're gonna do just beach stuff for a full hour.
All right.
I'm going to immediately take the pizza out onto the sand. I'm going to sit down on it cross-legged and say, how do I make it go?
How are you picturing this pizza, just for the record? Because I was picturing like a triangle slice of pizza.
I'm going to sit down like nose pointed forward, the tip pointed forward.
I give her a push.
In the sand? Yeah.
To the water.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, like pushing the pizza underneath her? So
Whee! Thank you!
You're welcome.
So off you go out into the water, sitting on your floating pizza.
Hurrah! How do I fly it? Or move it? Or steer it?
It's voice activated. Travis and the Doctor, how are you guys availing yourselves of the beaches?
Oh, I decided that I actually did change my outfit, but I'm wearing basically the exact same outfit I always wear, but it's all made of linen instead of like the thick
very
material.
Nice!
Oh,
Like a linen jacket, but still like a vest over a t-shirt and like a linen skirt and very summery look with no tights, and I'm barefoot right now.
I love it.
Yeah.
Once we kind of like set up shop, Travis is like, "Oh, I guess I should go get like chairs." So Travis trudges back to the TARDIS and comes back with chairs. And he goes, "I should probably find an umbrella." So he trudges back to the TARDIS and gets an umbrella. So he's basically going to be running errands for like 15, 20 minutes.
Just for himself.
just because he keeps forgetting. It's like, Doctor, do you want a drink? I'm going to grab a drink from inside.
Sure.
Billy, drink?
Yeah, hydration's important.
Here's the thing that I just realized, and I need to be a good player about this. If my character is completely convinced that this is like another just like weird like space car thing, I'm slowly floating out to sea right now.
Well, the waves would bring you into shore.
Okay,
Yeah, I'm sure you'll be safe.
Okay, cool.
I have brought a chair out. I flipped it open, sat down, and I'm reading a book. And it is a book that has the year slightly obscured, and then says year diary. So we don't know exactly how many years this year diary is, but yeah.
Neat.
It's just at a camera angle that makes it easy to not place this podcast in a specific time period of the Doctor's life.
Are you reading your own diary?
I am reading my own diary because I'm trying to see if there's anything that I have left a note for myself with, or anything that might be useful for me.
You're reading some entries from your previous incarnation, and then you turn the page, and you see that there are maybe 6 or 7 pages that have been torn out of your diary.
Oh, no.
They are gone.
That's not good for the binding. I know. This is very important. Okay. All right.
And there's a note in your own handwriting next to it that just says, "Sorry about the binding."
It says spoilers. Okay, well then I put that away and I start reading The Magicians. I don't know.
Yay!
Yeah. Yeah, so you guys are just kind of enjoying yourselves. It's very, beginning of the Enemy of the World. It's very kind of chill and beachy.
Neat.
And you guys are having a really good time.
Is it beachy?
Can we play volleyball at one point?
Yeah.
If you want to be playing volleyball,
I want to play volleyball!
Cut to exterior beach later that day. Volleyball is happening.
Yes! With like a beach ball? I don't
Spending
know.
time with my male friends.
Yes.
That was the non-copyrighted version of Hanging with the Boys.
Yeah.
Yes.
Millie is thoroughly beating Travis.
I do.
And also at volleyball.
Yes.
Didn't realize it was one of those beaches. Oh yeah, Millie's just a beach bully. Straight away.
No, it's just a beach bully?
Yeah.
No.
At this
Over
point,
sandcastles.
if it's a few hours later, the Doctor has built an elaborate sandcastle that looks like one of the old Gallifreyan cities.
And then you pan just slightly over, and Travis has a bucket a bucket of sand that keeps falling over. And it's like,
The Doctor also then gets out a thing of blowing bubbles, and she blows a bubble at her Gallifreyan city, so it makes the dome over the city, but it's just a bubble.
That. Oh, that's gorgeous. I'm going to make you roll for that.
Oh, okay.
That's awesome.
I'm going to donate a story point for that.
Yeah.
Okay, you know what? Yes, if you're going to spend story points, no roll. You've done it. You've
I'm donating a story point for this beautiful, beautiful
This
image.
domed city. How do you guys react to this?
In awe.
Yeah, this is cool. Because again, we haven't seen Gallifrey.
No.
And so, we have no idea what this is.
Yeah, you have no idea what it is.
Yeah.
It's just a cool sandcastle.
Yeah.
there is a small sound coming from further up the beach.
Did you create life inside of your castle, Doctor?
No, I learned that the hard way. And then not again.
Gotta
And
ignore
then
that.
I kind of like crook my eye towards the sound, and I kind of like listen more to listen if it sounds like a sound that sounds dangerous, or like sound of people having fun at the beach. Or
It is the sound of something small and four-legged running in your direction.
Oh, I really want it to be a dog, but even more so, I want it to be a dinosaur.
What if it is both? No.
Is it Dino?
It's our good friend Dino Andrade, voice actor and friend of the podcast.
Okay.
No, he
That's
just
what I
was
meant.
like, "Hey guys!"
That's what I meant. I wasn't referencing it to a copywritten property. I was
Of
actually
course,
asking
obviously, yeah. There's this kind of small, and as it gets closer, you do realize it's a dog. It's a small, it's like a German Shepherd.
Oh.
And as it approaches, you see it's wearing a green vest, like a
work vest.
kind of like a work, not dissimilar. This is not going to be great audio, but it's not dissimilar from the color of Mel's jacket.
Okay, for audio purposes, it's like an army green.
Yeah, like an army green. And as it gets closer, it starts barking at you, but it's not an aggressive bark. It's
Like an alert.
it's trying to get your attention, kind of.
Okay.
Bark. What do you do?
Hello, boy. What's up, boy? Hello. Can I speak, dog? Because Doctor has previously spoken to dogs.
I think there's good precedent for this. Yes.
I keep breaking your podcast. I'm sorry.
No,
Hello.
you keep breaking our podcast.
So I look at the dog. I look at the dog, and I just go.
Which means
That means, what's up?
let's just have this conversation in.
Yeah, but I wanted to give flavor for the other people.
Yes.
Hello. How are you?
And the dog is you guys hear barking. Millie and Travis hear barking, but the doctor hears come quick,
What's wrong? What's wrong?
quick, come quick.
Okay. And I follow him.
Okay.
Wait a minute. Do you
So
speak
the doctor's running off with the dog.
Yeah, I go. Follow me.
after barking at it? That's my favorite part.
Yes.
Travis follows, and because running on sand is hard and I'm clumsy, I'm going to insist that I make a roll to see if I fall on my face.
Dan, I love you so much.
That is a very good call.
Yeah, give me coordination with athletics, -2 for clumsy.
Okay. I rolled really well. 4 and 9 is a 13, so I guess it's an 11 with the minus. So.
That's yes, but you're not running as fast as you could be because the sand is really quite hot. So you're like,
But I don't eat it.
yeah.
Okay.
Did you bring sandals with you?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm now picturing you like running, but also trying to put your sandals back on as you run.
Yeah. It's that very awkward flip-flop run where like the back half gets caught in the sand and you're basically kicking it up the back of your shorts.
And then at one point while you're running, you step on a pop top and you blow out your flip flops.
Yes.
Oh no!
And then you cut your heel and make your way back to the TARDIS.
So just so we have clarification, we are now heading north up the beach.
Okay.
You are following the dog, and the dog approaches a signpost in the beach and kind of stops and turns at you and starts barking again. And this is a word that you are interpreting as careful.
Okay.
And as you approach the sign says, warning, active minefield.
Well, why did you run us to the minefield, dog?
The dog is kind of looking off towards the coast of the beach, past the minefield, and you can just make out what appears to be a small boat with a person slumped over in it.
Oh no. Is that your friend?
Yes, come quick.
Okay. And then I like wade out towards the water with my clothes on, just
Okay.
like dive. I'm gonna like take my coat off, throw that
Okay.
down on the ground, and then like jump in the water and swim towards the boat.
Okay. So let's have you do a strength and athletics check.
Okay.
Do you have anything that would help or hinder you in this swimming scenario?
I don't think I do. I think this is one of the few times where actually the only thing I might have is tough, but like I don't think that matters here. But I also I have quick reflexes, but let me see what tough does for me. No, that's a damage thing. So, but I also feel like, you know what? It's so rare that I have a roll that I don't have a ridiculous amount of dice for. So I think I'm just going to take the.
I dig it. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. So strength and athletics.
Strength and athletics. Yes, please.
Okay. So 6 plus. Okay, so that's going to make that. So that's going to be a 14.
14. Okay. Yeah, you're able to dive into the water and kind of swim around the area with the active minefield towards the boat, and you are not hindered in any way.
Cool.
Guys, what are you guys doing?
I would say just watching from the shore. At this point, like, the doctor pretty much knows. We have like a rapport now, I guess. Yeah, we have like a nice rapport where it's like, well, I will see what's gonna frighten me today in a moment. It's fine.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out why there would be a minefield on the beach, because I'm presuming the doctor told us it's 2018 and that's the future for Travis.
Yeah,
He's like, is there another like war
Well,
coming?
I mean, you would need like at least think there might be like military bases in Hawaii, like.
Yeah, but
Okay.
you know, as far as I know, like I don't think we saw any like fences or like military patrol.
Fair
so
enough.
I'm like
Yeah.
just trying to like kind of suss out like the 20-year gap to like
Okay.
figure out
Yeah.
what
Is this
might have
normal?
happened.
Is this not normal?
Let's
Yeah.
do this. Let's have you guys do. Could both of you do an awareness and ingenuity check?
Sure. I'm going to keep my eyes on the doctor, though, just because,
Okay.
like, that's kind of my primary directive
Okay.
of, like, I'm kind of the security officer of this crew now.
I dig that.
Yeah. So would I be doing awareness and...
Awareness and ingenuity
For-
well, this is. I guess this is probably the equivalent of doing a perception check.
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
just, like, looking out for,
Yeah.
Yeah,
for
and I've
my
got
folk.
consensus, so I'm going into this with a 10. 18.
Oh, dig that.
Oh, and actually, I got...
say you,
got-
your role kind of
I
solves it
kind
for
of got
us.
2 6s on my roll, so I'm starting at 12 there, and then 12... 17?
Yeah, dig that. Yeah, so both of you are able to see kind of off in the distance, kind of towards the horizon, but not necessarily on it, far away enough that you can't necessarily make out specific detail. You see what appears to be like a small cluster of oil rigs, kind of far off.
Is this past where the doctor is, or is the doctor sort of like
Oh yeah,
in a
it's
slightly different direction?
yeah. This is like way off, like far off from the island that you're at now. Like close enough that there would probably be like ships traveling back and forth to probably transport. I mean, you got an 18, so I can give you a little bit more detail. But like close enough where like supplies and personnel would probably come from the island you're on now, but far away enough that you know, if the doctor wanted to swim towards that structure, that wouldn't work out. So the doctor's swimming up. We'll say that you've kind of... Do you want to come back in towards the actual boat?
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to
Yeah.
like avoid. I'm trying to give a wide berth to the minefield
Yeah.
a little bit, but I'm kind of like also like using the ocean's current to my favor
Yeah.
as opposed to like letting himself get pulled out to sea with the undertow. So.
Yeah, I'd say you, with your role, and I would say that the dog is kind of paddling along behind you. This is clearly a military dog, so this is the kind of thing it would be trained for. You get towards the part of the beach where the boat is sitting, and you can now see the individual slumped over in the boat.
Okay. So I like swim up to the boat.
Okay, you do that. This is a person. Firstly, you immediately recognize the uniform. This is a black uniform. There is a red beret. This is a unit soldier.
Okay.
And the second thing you notice about this person is that they are not breathing and not alive. And I believe there's a word for that, which is
if only there was a way to look that up.
non-living.
Okay. So it's a
Also
zombie.
known as unalive.
Unalive. Thank you.
So it's a zombie.
No, that would be undead. That's a
Oh.
different. That's a whole different.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Okay. Well, does the boat have any sort of motor or rowboat or anything like that?
There is a motor. Yes.
Okay.
It's a fairly small boat, but it's designed to carry like maybe about 10 people at
Okay.
a time.
Does the motor work?
It's actually the engine is actively running right now. It's
Okay.
just not in game.
Okay. So I drive the boat back to the shore.
Okay.
Where I was safely at, around the minefield again.
Okay, the dog hops into the
Yeah.
boat with you as you do this, and while you're doing this, you're actually able to see the dog's kind of credentials, like its name. And you can now kind of tell that the unit insignia is on the front of this thing. This is a unit dog,
Okay.
named Sergeant Puppets.
Okay. Is he part of Unit's K9 division?
They're called Dog Squad, but yes.
Wouldn't the answer to that be affirmative?
Affirmative.
And that's the show. That is it.
Yeah, can we be part of Sergeant Pupper's Lonely Heart Club band?
There is so much cuteness in my brain right now. I can't. Sergeant Poppers That is okay. The minute that Millie finds his name out, she's gonna try to steal this dog. It's fine.
Okay, so
This dog is working. This is not property to be stolen.
I know, but she's not as well versed in that. She's kind of
Yeah.
just used to, hey, free dog.
Okay, so while I'm driving,
it's Amelia Hart, famous dog napper.
while I'm driving the
dogs
boat
went
back to
missing during that
safety,
time.
I asked the dog, "What happened? What happened here?"
Begging strips. No. The dog just says, go. We have to go. Go.
Okay, so we go.
Yeah. So
We're going. The machine's going, dog. I don't know what to tell you.
We have to go. And every now and then the
going.
dog is kind of like looking out towards the rig and then looking back at you.
Should we go to the rig?
Yeah.
Okay. I need to get my friends.
And the dog does this and goes, loose, hang tight.
I didn't know the dog had opposable thumbs. Cool.
The dog has four thumbs on each
Okay,
paw.
cool.
It's a
So,
unit
yeah.
dog.
Yeah. Of course.
The dog barks in the affirmative.
Okay, so I go to the beach and I quickly get them on the boat.
Okay.
I have definitely drawn like a very big line in the sand using a stick to like let other people know that there's a minefield.
Well, there's a giant sign that says "Caution, active minefield."
No, but I'm making like a line, like
Okay,
do not
cool.
cross kind
Cool.
of
I love
thing.
that you know where that starts at. All right, cool. So then I also grab my coat and I get back on the boat with them, and then I start I tell Millie, all right, you direct the boat towards that rig.
Deal.
And then while she's doing that, I am investigating the body to see if I can figure out cause of death.
Okay. We'll start with that, and then we'll come to Millie piloting the boat. But
Deal.
yeah, to investigate the body, give me ingenuity and medicine.
Okay. I got a 15.
Okay, so the body they're very clearly dead, but there's no marks or any kind of like lacerations or cuts on the body or their uniform. But the body is warm, not in the sense of body heat that has dissipated, but there's kind of an unusual like a heat in the kind of chest area, like whatever weapon that was used to kill this unit soldier has a heat component to it.
Okay, I am going to. I have a theory as a Riley, but as a doctor, I'm going to. I want to make a check of like my own memories to try to think if this seems like a familiar weapon from an enemy that I have faced in the past.
Yeah, let's have you do. We'll call it ingenuity and knowledge, probably. That seems right, doesn't it?
And might I also do my Time Lord experience as history? Like that's almost like a history stat.
Yeah, I think that would probably qualify.
Okay. Roll that one. That makes a 16.
16. This has hallmarks that put you in mind of previous encounters with the Silurians.
Okay, Silurians. Not what I thought it was me. Cool.
Millie, you're piloting a boat.
Yes. What do I have to roll in order to do that successfully?
That is going to be...
Okay.
I would say that is either going to be coordination or ingenuity.
Transport?
Yeah,
Okay.
we'll call it coordination and transport.
Okay, cool. Because I also definitely have a few. I have like hot shot, which is
Yes.
a natural with all forms of transport, so I get a +2 to that.
Yes.
And then can I apply like brave and stuff like that in there or no?
Brave and I'm going to say not in this
Okay.
instance.
All right, then yeah. So then just the hot shot, and it's awareness and transportation. So I am starting with an 8,
Okay.
Roll to boat.
9, 10, actually, plus my hot shot. So I'm starting with 10. 20.
Okay, yeah, you are, this is a yes and, like this is...
I'm moving the heck out of this boat.
You're getting a little bit...
boating the heck out of it.
I
you
am
are
boating
getting-
the heck out of a boat.
Yeah, you're getting a little bit more, speed and maneuverability out of this boat than most would be able to, and you're making, pretty good pace towards, the rig, which as it gets closer, you're starting to make out, a little bit more detail and distinction in what the structures are.
Considering that there were mines on the beach, I want to be on the lookout for, like, James Bond buoys and stuff like that, which is not a reference that Millie would make, but, like, something at sea that might indicate, like, if I run into this, I might explode.
Sea mines.
Yeah, well, or even just, like, weird buoys, stuff like that. I just want to get, like, a surveillance of the area kind of coming up. Are there nets? Are there lights? You know?
I will definitely keep that in mind as I continue my description.
Thank you.
As you get closer, you can kind of make out, this looks like a small cluster of, fairly like large rigs that appear to be kind of arranged, in a circle. You're not close enough really to kind of see how they're connected. But you can see that they are, that the word pack miss is, kind of painted onto the side of each of these rigs in kind of a faded black paint.
While we're taking this journey and after the doctor has inspected the body, I want to, see if this person has any sort of identification or if like there's even just like a last name on their jacket or anything like that. Just.
Oh, yeah. What's the, like, also just like gender and like race of the character?
It is a person. It is a human male. They appear to be of Asian descent. Their identification, it just has their last name, which is Ho, H-O. And they have a standard side armor pistol, and fairly standard, what you, Dan, would know is kind of the black kind of military, attire of a 21st century unit soldier, but obviously Travis wouldn't identify as such. It's clearly military.
Right.
There's an earpiece that looks like it's been cut, possibly not on purpose, but the earpiece is still in, but the curled cable is kind of hanging loosely, and there's another cable kind of connecting to a radio that's kind of hanging limply over Ho's shoulder.
Does the radio work? The earpiece is cut, but does the radio work?
The radio does not appear to be working.
Okay.
I am going to take the radio and I'm going to attempt to fix it using my boffin skill.
Okay.
Like jury rig a working radio.
I love that. Give me ingenuity and technology with a +2 for boffin.
Okay. 19.
19's very good. I'm going to give you a yes and for that one. Not only do you get the radio working again, you immediately hear a voice crackling through the radio. Out there. Repeat. Is anybody out there? Over.
And knowing this is a unit soldier at this point, I respond. Yes, hello, we're here, and I don't know the number off the top of my head, that number the doctor gives when they call in, like, with their identification number for unit. I give that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they say, well, I'd love to say it's an honor, but this is kind of a bad time. I'd really strongly suggest that you turn around and head back to the beach.
Well, that's kind of not the point of me, so I'm going to not do that. What's going on? Why is it a bad time? What's happening? Why is it this? I'm afraid to tell you that your friend Ho is dead.
Damn. I would strongly recommend that you get out of the water and head back to the beach. Over.
What is happening?
I repeat, I would strongly recommend you return to the beach at once.
Look in your files for who I am. You know I'm not going to do that, so let's just get that out of the way.
You don't get the opportunity to hear his response because there is a rock-in at the side of the boat. The boat is kind of pushed to one side by not by something, but by a wave that has been created by something else. And Millie, with your keen eye, you spy something moving beneath the surface of the water.
Doctor?
But you can't tell what it is.
Are we in a universe where krakens are?
Pretty much always.
I learned something new today, but there seems to be something over the side of the rig here.
Right. We're probably in very much danger right now.
I would say right now you're about halfway between the beach and the rigs.
Okay.
And there is a deep disturbance beneath the water.
Doctor,
as if 1,000 voices cried out in pain, and then we're suddenly silenced.
Yeah, exactly like that. Yeah.
Doctor, I know this is really not your favorite thing, but I think I'm gonna take this gun just in case.
No, you're not. Let's keep going. And actually, I go, let me see it.
Okay.
It's just I haven't even taken it. It's like
Okay.
the sidearm on the guy.
Okay,
Yeah.
I take the gun and I throw it in the water.
Excellent. While they're having this exchange, Millie actually has an idea. I have my Renchery 5000.
Cool. And I want to hit Ho to see if I can bring him back to life with it.
Well, no. What I actually want to do between my Renchery 5000 and my my percussive maintenance, can I go and like hit the engine to make us to like increase our speed?
Oh, I don't hate that idea.
Yeah, because if we can outrun this thing, I mean, I bet I can rig this up to do that.
Even if it like overloads it, but we can get there faster. Even if like, it makes it a one-way trip.
Exactly.
I like this. I'm going to say
Okay.
every time you repair something with the wrench, I'm literally picturing the engineer from Team Fortress 2.
Okay, yeah.
Because that is how it just clunk. Okay.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, all right. Let's make this ingenuity and technology with whatever.
Would it be technology or transport?
That's a great. Transport's more for driving vehicles.
Okay, yeah. Well, again, it's always worth just noting because the system is so different in the way that you can build a character.
Yeah.
So it's awareness and transport plus my percussive maintenance.
Mm-hmm.
So let me see what I can get for that. It says I can replace ingenuity with strength.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that we were doing awareness or ingenuity. I'm sorry.
I had it as ingenuity and transport.
Cool. So now it's going to be strength and transport.
Okay.
So that's much better. That already puts us at a 9, and then I'm gonna roll 16.
16.
I don't know if I get a plus for the Rencheru in any way, since it's a device from the future.
I feel like that's probably not a bad call. Yeah, because you're using, well, I mean, we also established the Venture is kind of a vintage thing anyway. But yeah, I'll give you a +1 for the Venture.
Gotcha, because that would not be vintage to our time, because I got it during, okay.
Yeah.
So +1, so that brings it up to a 17.
That brings it up
I
to
will make a note of that.
17. That puts you at it's still a failure. It's a no buts. So you don't get a speed boost. But whatever you did is giving you a little bit improved maneuverability.
Okay.
So you've got a little bit better handling. You don't get a speed boost, but you do get better handling.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
You like knocked a screw loose so that like the thing maneuvers better.
Yay!
Yeah, I like that. That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is like a military grade sort of transport boat. Like it's not like a gunship or anything like that. So I want to look to see if there's like emergency supplies because I want to look for flares.
Okay. Yeah, there's like a little box with a little medikit and a flare gun with a box of flares. It looks like most of the flares have been used. There's only 2 left.
Okay, Doctor, how do you feel about flares in a gun?
I mean,
Not for attacking. I just want to see. I want to try to basically plop it in the water because they work underwater and see if we can see what is doing this to us.
yeah, it's not like the shape of something that I have a problem with. It's using a projectile to murder something.
Okay.
That's my big concern.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So I want to, because flares do work underwater, I want to fire a flare in the general vicinity of the thing that was creating the wave so we can sort of get like a better look at it.
I really hope you don't hit it.
I love the idea of Doctor Man, like, no, never fire a flare.
You fire a flare at a Kraken by accident.
I mean, I was warned about using a water gun, so I think that's fresh in Travis's mind. It's like the Doctor doesn't like guns, so
That's fair.
I'm running this by the Doctor.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, give me coordination and marksman.
Okay.
Crossbows out.
Also, I like that. You were warning against using a water gun against people who weren't consenting to be squirted with water. Let's to be fair. It wasn't that I'm against the idea of water guns. It was like, don't ruin somebody else's day at the beach.
So the good news is I'm only going into this with a 3.
Cool.
So this will be super fun. All right. An 11. Rolled pretty well.
That is a fail. It's a straight fail, which is, it's not a catastrophic failure, which means I don't get to make a hard move. It's not a flat failure. So there's no but. It's just a failure. You don't hit anything, but you can't really, the flare fires into the water, and you kind of see the light go down and the flare kind of.
Good news, we have 1 flare left.
All right.
The boat is hit again from the underside. This time not by a wave, by something physical. You hear the sound of what sounds almost like metal on metal, and you are all kind of shaken from your positions just a little bit. I'm going to ask everyone to give me an awareness and coordination roll.
15.
15,
14.
14.
So on my first roll, I have a 17, and on my second roll, I got 15. So not too bad. So I have to take the lower because it's clumsy. 15.
Okay, so 15, 14. 14. Those of you with a 15, the Doctor and Travis, you're able to kind of hold steady. Millie, you are kind of knocked down. You're still in the boat, but you're kind of knocked to like a prone position. You're kind of, almost like the superhero landing.
Okay, I was gonna say, so I'm not like sliding down a deck going into a shark's mouth for
No,
example. Okay.
there's not enough deck for that to happen.
Is Sergeant
Then
Puppers
I
okay?
jump up.
Oh, that's a good point. I need
Is there
to roll
an
for
air
Sergeant
canister
Puppers.
nearby?
Sergeant Puppers, yes, and is now steering the boat. No, it's fine.
Deal. Okay, because Millie got knocked from steering the boat, I jump and grab the steering, whatever. Is it like just like a motor that is
so
directed?
like a
it's not like a
speedboat kind
steering
of
wheel.
deal, yeah.
Okay, it's not like one of those dinghies like that people have
it's
on the water.
big enough that it can carry like up to 10 people, but it's small enough that it's got one of the little.
Okay,
It's an
so
outboard
I
motor.
jump up. I jump up and I grab that and I go, Travis, check on Millie.
Okay, I was going
And I
to
will let you do that because you have quick reflexes.
Yep. Yeah, and I go to
I mean, I
help
would happy
Millie.
roll for it, but yeah, that's my move.
I was basically already on the way.
Yeah. Millie takes no damage.
Thanks, friends.
Maybe slightly bruised knee and maybe a slightly bruised ego, but apart from
For
that,
sure, but
Yeah.
we're gonna shake it off.
And I am going to spend one of my sonic screwdriver story points to try to like do a more science fiction version of what Millie tried to do to the engine. So I'm going to use a sonic to try to like just get a little more oomph out of the engine.
Neat.
If you want to just spend the 1 story point, I'll have you do a roll. If you want to bump it up to 2 story points, I will let you just get the boost.
I will go ahead and spend the 2 because
Okay.
that's. I want to be using the sonic to do it. So.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so you've got the boost. You are now screaming towards the rig, and this creature that had bumped under the underside of the ship is now behind you, and it emerges from the water. It is a large, kind of almost kind of dirty green, like kind of like a mossy green with some like grey and black in there, kind of textured crab. It is a giant crab with huge claws, and it is something that
Is it a makra?
It is basically a makra.
Yes.
But I would say gridlock era makra where they're not super intelligent,
Okay.
but it is kind of speeding along behind the boat.
Is it
you're on.
actually a makra or does it look like a makra?
I'm gonna say that it's giving off makra vibes.
Okay.
That's probably
Yeah. Our like in-room explanation, like if the Doctor was going to do like a little sidebar thing, would be that in the rules of parallel evolution, this is the Earth version of a Makra.
Okay, that's what I'm asking. So it's not makra from space. It's like a makra that like would have been around and like it's like a Jurassic period animal. That's what I'm asking. Okay.
Primordial crab.
Okay, that's why I was asking if it was a makra.
Sea
I
crab,
wanted
not space crab.
specifically to
Yeah.
know what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's so weird because I actually used a huge giant crab in my D&D campaign I ran on Friday, so it's weird that this is like this.
synergy.
Yeah.
It's
All right.
that crab's dad.
Yeah, Crab Dad.
It's that crab's mom.
Wait, so that crab gives birth to crabs that then live in the past in a fantasy world?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Sometimes.
I
yeah.
got the title wrong.
Cool.
The Doctor's been to the land of fiction before. There's no
true.
reason
That's
why.
true. All right.
Yeah. I really want to do a story in the land of fiction.
Okay, so we're driving I'm now speeding towards the rig. I see this giant crab.
Yep. It's behind you because you just got a nice little speed boost, but you can see it accelerating to gain on you, and its pincers are giving it all that like clomp, snap, snap.
Okay. Travis sees that it's a crab. Can I make some sort of like knowledge roll to know if how crab vision works? Because I'm guessing they live deep in the ocean, so they're used to darkness.
I'm going to Google how do crabs see, and while that is searching, go ahead and give me a ingenuity and God, what is that going to be? Knowledge.
Cool. 8 to start. 15.
15. Yeah, I'll give you that. I'm trying to. How do crabs see? How do crabs' eyes work? How do crabs? Does anyone in the room know how crabs work?
No.
I mean, they're on stalks. In your description of battle crab as, DM, is it like deep dwelling? Is it like a trench crab or is it like
That's
a
what I wanna
kind
know.
of like on the beach kind of crab? Because like, I'd say more than like how the eyes work, is this like a deep sea dwelling creature that's come to the surface?
a deep sea dwelling crab.
So it might be blind.
That's not a bad thought.
Or my thought was, since it's used to the depths, it's not used to light.
How about this?
Is there a
Just
sensitivity?
to move us along.
Yeah.
How about if you want to spend a story point for it to be blind, and that's how
I don't want it to be blind.
Oh, you don't want it to be
No,
blind.
I
Okay.
want it to be used to dark vision.
I would say that's probably true. And also looking at it now, it looks like their eyes do not move. So what they see is what they see. Like they
Great.
can't swivel or any of that stuff.
Great.
So.
I ignite the other flare and attempt to blind it so that we can basically get away from it.
You have your mouth open.
Oh, I just think it's really cool.
Okay. So you're aiming the flare gun at the crab?
No, I am lighting the flare without firing it.
Oh, you're
and
giving it the old Jeff Goldblum.
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah. And basically I'm trying to, like, the, phosphorus or whatever lights in it is super bright. And I'm basically trying to just, like, flash grenade it, essentially.
Okay.
So that we have a chance to get away.
When do you want to do this?
After I recall my information about, crabs. So basically the doctor supercharges us and I see it's a giant crab and I think to myself,
What a wonderful world.
yeah. And yeah, so basically, as we're speeding away, I want to kind of like leave it with basically the light flash is to cover our super fast getaway thanks to the doctor.
Okay. I'm not even going to have you do a roll to
Smoke bomb.
Yeah, I'm not going to have you do a roll to break the thing open and ignite the flare. It just seems
Cool.
like you would just do that.
Yep.
So you do that. The light from the flare is bright even for you guys in the boat. And even Sergeant Puppers finds himself kind of turning his head away from the flare.
Little man.
And it definitely has a noticeable impact on the crab. The crab slows down a little bit. Its claws kind of come up above its eye stalks and it seems to slow down.
And then I just chuck it into the water as sort of like leaving a distraction behind.
Okay. And as you do that, it seems to, recoil and it's definitely slowing down, allowing you guys to make a speedy escape.
Neat.
Okay. Cool.
We are now at 0 flares.
Good job.
That's fair.
Thanks for reporting in. Good job, Travis. Good work.
Thank you.
Marvelous.
I'll probably kill you in the morning.
The
Sorry.
the boat speeds towards the Packmis rig.
Okay.
And you can, as you approach it now, as you are kind of approaching the base of it, you can see a couple of ladders coming down. Most of them have been damaged in what looks like they've been torn off.
Okay.
And as you're approaching them, you can see that it is. Actually, I'm going to bring up my map quickly because I need to remember the numbers of things.
We'll sit here in terror while you do that. Thank you.
Macro terror?
Yes. All right. Yeah.
Dig that. Here we go. So you can see that it's like an interconnecting, almost like a honeycomb of seven separate rigs, kind of 6 kind of forming a kind of, hexagon around a central rig. And you can see that they would ordinarily all be connected by bridges, but you can see that most of the bridges have been torn down. Luckily, all of the external, rigs seem to be connected, except for 2 where it looks like something kind of tore through. And it doesn't take a lot to kind of deduce that it looks like this giant crab may have attacked this base and caused a significant amount of damage. The central rig in this hexagon is connected only by one of the 6 bridges that would have gone off to each of the other rigs. But the single ladder that is dropping down is connected to one rig to the left that is not connected to the one to its immediate left because that's the bridge that's out, and then the circuit continues around the rest.
Okay, so I go to that ladder that I can use to access that wing, and then is there anyone up on like a deck or anything? Like any soldiers that are like trying to like collect us now that we've actually arrived at the rigs?
There isn't. I'm trying to think of what this. Yeah, there would probably be like a very small, like a deck.
Okay.
Area that, and there's a door that leads. There's not much on the exterior of the rigs. Everything seems to be contained. Like these bridges are the only real exterior to this rig that is accessible.
I'm trying to get attention of anyone who can lower a rope down so we can hoist up hose bot. I don't want to leave this man's body just lying on a boat. Like I feel
yeah, no,
weird
I
about
get that.
And I want to help Sergeant Puppers up also.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I'll tell you this.
I was gonna have the dog right on my shoulder, like hold him while I climb.
There is almost certainly, almost certainly already, because it makes sense because Sergeant Pupper's got to the beach, there's almost certainly already some kind of like rope and pulley system.
Okay.
Like a little dog elevator.
Perfect.
Why not? Yeah, there's a little cute dog elevator. It's very nice. And it's fully mechanized. There's chains. And there's enough room in there for Sergeant Pupper's, and, you could quite happily, not happily because it's a corpse, but you could fit Ho's body, in there with.
Okay, so I do that, and then I start climbing the ladder.
Okay, you guys climb the ladder. Millie and Travis, are you following along? Do you have any end of thoughts?
Yes, I am. I also just realized that I did a crummy player thing before that I realized, and I want to actually ask about, which is that we're technically all in our swim attire. Mm-hmm. So how much gear of ours would we have brought along? Because I realized that I had mentioned using my wrencheroo in this whole adventure, and that might have been unfair.
I have no objection to you having that stuff still accessible. I would imagine that.
Like a backpack.
Yeah, like a backpack or like
I think how about just for like
bag.
sake of like fun gameplay or whatever, since you've already used it, what if like when the doctor went running after the dog, you grabbed like a thing of gear that you had at the beach?
That entire, I realized that was something that I hadn't thought through, and it might be good for us to establish just for those listening at home.
Yeah.
I only have my super soaker.
Yeah.
Is that it?
Yep.
I do have my coat. I grabbed it when we got the boat at the beach, so I did say that out loud,
got it.
so.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah.
I'll try to be
I don't
better
have any shoes on,
about declaring that into the mic for future games.
No worries. That's a good thought, and it's something I hadn't thought about while we were talking earlier. Well, you are still in your beach attire.
Oh, you bet.
Mm-hmm.
You have your full inventory. Everything that you had is kind of in this bag.
I imagine like a leather fanny pack kind of deal.
Oh, I dig that.
Yeah, that I can kind of keep. Actually, that doesn't work because the wrencheroo is huge. It's a backpack.
We can say
it feels more like you would have like a knapsack kind of thing anyway than a fanny pack.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I probably have like an old war knapsack. Yeah.
Yeah, and I would also say like the war knapsack, if it's something that has been provided by the TARDIS, there's no reason why it wouldn't be slightly bigger on the inside.
Bag of holding
Bag of
kind
holding,
of stuff.
yeah.
Okay, cool. Then in that case, this wrench is huge. I want to look like who's the gadget mouse in Rescue Rangers?
Gadget?
Oh, it's Gadget.
Yeah.
Oops.
Good job.
So yeah, I have a gadget wrench and I'm in my black and white 1940s weird.
Who's the gadget duck on DuckTales?
I have no idea.
Gizmo Duck.
He's some
Oh,
kind of...
Gizmo Duck.
Whoa, no, I'm sorry. He's the robot one.
I think his name is also Gadget. That's the joke I was going for. I think his name is Gadget. I can be wrong, but
I have no
It's
idea.
Gearword.
who's the inspector who's a Gadget?
Matthew Broderick. Anyway,
I'm really learning a lot about how Crab's eyes work.
Gyro Gear Loose. That's his
Anyway,
name.
okay, cool.
so yeah, thank you guys for letting me take the time to figure that out. It's funny. I feel like we forget about that half the time because we're so used to all playing D&D, and then we get into this, and we just want to tell a story. So
Yeah.
it's like a fun thing to kind of think about if you're running your own game.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Weight management.
Weight management,
Yeah.
You're at maximum capacity. You
Costume
are over encumbered
changes.
and cannot run. No.
No, costume changes.
No fast travel while you're... Okay, so how long did it take us to get... Does anything happen on the way up the ladders, or are we up the top?
It's pretty like boilerplate. You can kind of see the giant battle crab. As the flare has sunk, the crab has kind of moved towards you, but it's keeping bizarrely kind of a wide berth from the base. It's not approaching the base. Which is interesting because as you are climbing up the ladder, you can clearly see that the damage to the other ladders, to the various bridges, they've clearly been done by something big like the crab.
Yeah.
As you approach the top of the ladder, the door swings open and a unit soldier in the black uniform with the red beret, reaches out with a hand to help pull you up.
Okay. What is going on?
But yeah, this particular rig has multiple floors. This one is primarily the kind of habitat where the crew lives, but there's also signage pointing to a spiral metal staircase in the middle that leads up to what appears to be the canteen. Okay. And you are currently in the presence of 3 unit soldiers.
Okay. What is going on?
One of the soldiers, she steps forward and she says, I'm Sergeant Toombs, I'm with UNIT. How did you guys make it out this far? There's something in the water. It's not safe to be out. I mean, in fairness, it's not safe to be in this rig either, but this is not a safe body of water to be in. How did you make it this far?
We had some very good ingenuity with the flare gun.
We're professional adventurers, it would seem.
And this is the doctor.
Hello.
Well, it's a pleasure to meet you. I've seen a number of your faces on file. This is
What?
This one's new.
Yeah, I'm trying it out.
You trying it out? What do you think?
So far, so good. It's
I
quite
quite
nice.
like it. It's quite nice. It's a good
Thank
place.
you. All right. Anyway, what is going on?
The base is under attack.
Oh, got that.
Yes.
Giant crabs and whatnot. But yeah, what else is going on?
Well, one giant crab.
Okay.
And
Just guessing because of what happened to your compatriot, Silurians?
I've heard stories, but yes, it certainly seems to be in that general area. Yes. Yes. I would think so.
What'd you do to anger them?
I genuinely, I don't know.
Were you digging?
We haven't been doing a tremendous amount of.
Oh, how
digging.
How much digging have you been doing? If you have been doing a tremendous amount.
Well, I would say zero. We've done
Okay,
zero digging.
that's a different answer than a tremendous amount. Good. Okay.
Doctor, what's a Silurian?
They're sort of like dinosaur people. I don't know how else to put it.
Whoa, for real?
What?
Yeah, like pre-human from millennia ago. But yeah. Anyway.
What?
Yeah.
No, wait, hold on.
Yeah.
I'm gonna reassess my personal thoughts about dinosaurs for a moment.
Right.
Jesus.
I will explain it to you later. We are in the middle of, I don't know if you heard, they're under attack right now. So I thought we might focus on that at the moment.
Right.
It started with a physical attack on the base. That giant crab kind of started to firstly cutting off the routes of escape, taking out some of the escape ladders. We lost some of our soldiers. We're not fully equipped here. I don't know how in the loop you've been, but
We literally just got here, so I'm not in the loop at all.
unit's been decommissioned. Unit has been shut down, and we've been the soldiers, the troops that have been assigned to this base. We've been very gradually being kind of evacuated and reassigned elsewhere, and it was down to 5 of us, myself, Sergeant Toombs, my colleagues here, Corporal Barton and Corporal Hartley, and they kind of give a little wave. Hello. Corporal Ho, and one of the janitorial staff who was unfortunately the first to die in the attack.
So now it's just you, Barton and Hartley.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Have you had any communication with anyone?
We
The
radioed,
enemy, anyone?
We radioed for help shortly before you got here.
What, I meant more with the attackers. Has there been any sort of demands, any sort of communication?
Yes. They came on board. They were large and physically imposing and holding these. I guess the only way I can describe them is it's like a ray gun, like a kind of like a horn, like an air horn. And that sounds stupid, but and they were wearing this netting, this kind of mesh netting, and I've read some of the files. I'm aware of some of the previous encounters we've had. These seem more like, I think they had been described in previous documents as sea devils.
Yeah, I thought that might be the case.
But they also appeared to have like plastic, kind of. It's like a grenade of plastic had gone off, and they had bits of it on them. They had shards of it in them. It was not. I mean, I'm not going to lie, they already looked fairly intimidating and fairly weird to look at. I've not encountered anything like this in my time at unit, but with the shards of plastic in their bodies as well, it was not a terribly engrossing sight to look at.
Let me ask you this, Toombs. Did they seem to be sentient, or did they seem to be under the thrall of something? If they had like shards or something in them, did it seem like something was controlling them?
They didn't seem to be controlled. They seemed to be moving with purpose.
Okay.
And they knew exactly where to go.
Okay. Where did they go? What did they do?
The central rig in our base. That's our control. That is our primary control room. This is PACMIS. This is an important facility.
What does PACMIS stand for?
PACMIS is I guess an abbreviation for the Pacific Missile Control Room.
Okay.
We were in charge of a fairly large array of nuclear warheads that can be launched from beneath the sea, not far, kind of northwest of our present location. And this is where they are controlled from. This is where they would be launched from when we receive the order.
Have they taken over the control room?
They have taken over and isolated the control room. I don't want to oversell the situation. I don't want it to seem like all hope is lost, but we're not facing a Sea Devil incursion. We are not a base under siege. We have already lost the base. This is their base. They have isolated themselves. They have full control of the central control room.
You're telling me that all your base all belong to them?
I am saying to you now with fear in my heart and hope in my eyes, all our base does belong to them.